The word of the day is landslide and also mandate. I heard Jason Miller, Trump advisor, saying Trump won in a landslide. He has a huge mandate. Marco Rubio, the Republican senator, who was much ridiculed by Trump previously, but of course he fell in line and ultimately kissed the ring. Marco Rubio was on CNN this morning, and he was asked, hey, do you think this is a Senate that would even confirm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to anything? And Marco Rubio says, listen, it was a stunning victory, overwhelming, landslide, mandate, etc. This is critical in terms of understanding how they are going to view any checks and balances on Trump over the next at least 2, if not 4 years.
Administration, if you are part of the Senate, you'll have a say, of course, in confirming Donald Trump's nominees. He's obviously campaigned with Elon Musk extensively, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has recently expressed interest in a cabinet-level post. Do you think the Senate would confirm him to a cabinet-level post?
Well, I think the Senate's going to give great deference to a president that just won a stunning, what I think is an electoral college landslide when all is said and done, and a mandate. And he's being given a mandate to govern. And I think presidents who are given a mandate to govern deserve from the Senate the opportunity to surround themselves with people that are going to help them execute their policies. We have to understand the job of anybody that President-elect Trump puts in place. The job of those people is not to be a check on Donald Trump or to control him. It is to help carry out what the American people have sent them there to do, and sent them there to do in a pretty overwhelming fashion by modern standards. So I do think that that's important. Obviously, you have to be qualified and all these sorts of things. But beyond that, we have to ensure that he has a team around him that helps him execute his public policy, not undermine it or stand in the way of it. That's the same thing Joe Biden and every president we've ever had has wanted to be surrounded by is, people that are going to do a good job, but ultimately.
So listen, Marco Rubio does this. Well, of course, you've got to be qualified. He throws that in there. But there will be great deference given to a president who won with such a landslide and has generated such a mandate. Let me interpret this for you in clearer layperson terms. Is Trump going to be completely out of control and expect to get everything he wants? The answer from Marco Rubio is yes, he will. He will be out of control and making it super clear. Now, what tools will Democrats have? In the Senate, it's still, we don't know yet, but it's looking like 54 is the number of senators that Republicans will ultimately have. With 54 votes in the Senate, there are certain things that will require 60 votes. They'll need to get 6 Democrats on board. And if they're not able to do it, well, then they're not going to be able to get through what they want to get through. And then in other areas, the filibuster is something that maybe would be used. I'm not a big fan of the filibuster, but like I always say, you don't unilaterally disarm. And thus, if there is if the filibuster is still there, and there's a situation where you can use it in order to prevent Trump and Republicans from doing something horrible, then you use it. But we need to, I always am about where would I like to be, but we also have to exist where we are. And where we are is that with this potentially 312 electoral vote victory for Donald Trump, we are potentially in a situation where he is going to be completely disinhibited, that the potentially 54 Republican senators are likewise going to be saying he gets whatever he wants. He's the king of the party. And we need to be ready with every single tool that we have to prevent him from doing the worst of what he might want to do.